Top 5 foods to prevent leg cramps in seniors. Regain leg strength. Have you ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night by a sudden sharp pain in your leg? Your calf feels like it's twisting in on itself, tight, unrelenting, and agonizing. You're not alone. According to a 2020 study published in Nature, 46 to 56% of adults over the age of 60 experience leg cramps at least once a week. Many people brush it off or accept it as an inevitable part of aging. But what if I told you that it's something you can actually stop with the right food? You don't need to rely on doctors or expensive medications to address it. Imagine waking up pain-free, ready to care for your loved ones without that nagging discomfort holding you back. In this video, we'll explore 5 specific foods that can help prevent leg cramps, especially in seniors. Each food on the list targets a known physiological cause of muscle cramps, from electrolyte imbalances to poor circulation to inflammation. We'll explain how each food works in your body, the key nutrients involved, and how you can easily incorporate them into your daily routine. You'll also learn when to be cautious, especially if you're managing conditions like kidney disease, diabetes, or taking certain medications. By the end of this video, you won't just have a grocery list. You'll have a clear understanding of how food can play a direct role in helping your muscles relax, restore, and work the way they're meant to. Just so you know, everything in this video is carefully researched and put together by real people, double-checked by actual experts, and kept bias-free. 5. Coconut water. For many older adults, muscle cramps can seem to strike out of nowhere, especially after a walk, time spent in the garden, or even just a warm day. But one common culprit is dehydration combined with a loss of essential electrolytes. And here's where coconut water quietly shines. Coconut water is often referred to as nature's sports drink, and for good reason. It contains natural electrolytes like potassium, sodium, and magnesium, the very minerals your muscles rely on to contract and relax smoothly. When you sweat, take certain medications like diuretics, which are often prescribed for high blood pressure or heart failure, or simply doesn't take in enough fluids, these electrolytes get depleted. The result? Your muscles begin misfiring, tightening up without warning, causing that familiar cramp. To understand how coconut water helps, let's take a quick look at what electrolytes actually do. Imagine your muscles as a complex network of electric wires. These wires need the right balance of minerals, especially potassium and sodium, to send electrical signals that tell your muscles when to contract and when to let go. Magnesium, on the other hand, acts like a calming force, helping muscles relax after contraction. If any of these minerals are out of balance, your muscles can become confused, stuck in a contracted state, what we experience as a cramp. What makes coconut water particularly beneficial is its ideal ratio of potassium to sodium, especially when compared to commercial sports drinks that often contain excess sugar and artificial additives. In fact, 1 cup of fresh coconut water contains around 400 milligrams of potassium, more than a medium banana, and just the right amount of sodium, about 60 milligrams, or 3% of your daily value, to support fluid balance without overloading the kidneys. Magnesium works closely with calcium to regulate muscle activity. When magnesium levels drop, calcium can flood into muscle cells unchecked, triggering contractions or cramps. By supplying magnesium in a gentle, natural form, coconut water may help restore the internal balance needed for muscle relaxation. But like all good things, moderation matters, especially for seniors. Those with kidney disease or on potassium-sparing medications like spironolactone or certain blood pressure drugs should consult their doctor before making coconut water a daily habit. Too much potassium can be dangerous in these cases. So how should you use it? A simple recommendation is 1 glass per day, particularly after light physical activity or during hot weather. You can drink it plain, blend it into smoothies, or even use it to cook porridge or rice for a subtle flavor boost. The key is consistency, not chugging it all at once, but making it a gentle daily habit that keeps your body replenished and your muscles calm. It's also important to choose unsweetened, pure coconut water, ideally from young coconuts or trusted brands without added sugars. Some packaged versions may offer more sugar than benefit. There's also some ongoing discussion in the medical world about whether coconut water is as effective as electrolyte solutions used in hospitals or for athletes. While it's not a replacement in extreme dehydration or illness for everyday use in healthy older adults, it's a safe, natural, and pleasant way to maintain electrolyte balance. Note that in some cases, coconut water can cause mild bloating or digestive discomfort. Also, some people may be allergic to coconut, leading to reactions like rashes, swelling, or difficulty breathing. If you have a history of coconut allergies, avoid using coconut water or consult with your doctor before consumption. Now that we've hydrated those muscles, let's talk about something just as crucial: muscle repair. And what's better for that than good old protein? Let's dive into the power of eggs. And hey, if this feels helpful so far, let us know you're out there by tapping that like button. It tells us to keep making content just like this. 4. Eggs. As we age, our bodies naturally begin to lose muscle mass, a process known as sarcopenia and muscle strength. This isn't just about appearance. When muscles weaken, they also become more prone to stiffness, fatigue, and painful cramping, especially at night. That's why one of the most powerful ways to prevent leg cramps in seniors is to support muscle maintenance from the inside out. And few foods do that better than eggs. Eggs are often called a complete protein source, and for good reason. They contain all 9 essential amino acids our bodies can't make on their own. These amino acids are the building blocks your body needs to repair and maintain muscle tissue. When muscles are undernourished, they can become hypersensitive and prone to sudden contractions. Adequate protein helps enhance muscle mass and function, as well as reducing the likelihood of muscle damage or soreness. But the benefits of eggs go beyond protein. They're also rich in choline, a lesser-known but crucial nutrient involved in the production of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that facilitates communication between nerves and muscles. Let's break that down simply. Imagine your nerves are telephone lines sending messages to your muscles. Acetylcholine is the voice on the line. Without it, messages get dropped, or worse, jumbled, leading to confused muscle contractions. Choline keeps that line clear, stable, and working smoothly. In older adults, even those doing resistance training, low choline intake, less than 1 milligram per kilogram of lean body mass per day, has been linked to noticeably poorer muscle strength and quality compared to those who get enough, typically around 3 to 7.5 milligrams per kilogram. One egg, around 44 grams, provides about 130 milligrams of choline, making it a simple and powerful way to support muscle function as you age. Additionally, eggs provide small but meaningful amounts of vitamin D and B12, both of which are often low in older adults and play important roles in neuromuscular health. Vitamin D supports calcium absorption and muscle strength, while B12 helps maintain nerve insulation, critical for clear signal transmission. So, how much is enough? For most older adults, 1 to 6 eggs per week is a safe and beneficial range. The American Heart Association supports eating up to 2 eggs per day for older adults with normal cholesterol levels, but you don't need to eat them daily to get the benefits. Choose methods like boiling, poaching, or steaming to retain nutrients without adding excess fats. Avoid deep frying or pairing with high-sodium processed meats like bacon or sausage, which can counteract the health benefits. What about cholesterol? This is a common concern, especially among seniors who've been told for decades that eggs are risky for your heart due to its cholesterol content. However, recent research has shifted this view. Interestingly, current research shows that eating eggs regularly may actually reduce the risk of death from cardiovascular disease, even in individuals with lipid disorders. Eggs also offer heart-friendly benefits thanks to their omega-3 and choline content. Still, if you have pre-existing heart disease, very high LDL cholesterol, or a family history of cholesterol-related conditions, it's still wise to discuss your egg intake with a healthcare provider. And if you're following a vegetarian diet, you may want to look to plant-based alternatives rich in protein and choline, such as certain beans, tofu, tempeh, cruciferous vegetables, fortified nutritional yeast, or nuts and seeds. One other point to consider: statin medications, commonly prescribed for cholesterol, can sometimes cause muscle aches or cramping as a side effect. Eating high-quality protein from eggs may help support muscle repair and resilience in those cases. Though again, this should be part of a broader conversation with your physician. Curious about the science behind it all? We've linked the studies that support everything we've shared. You'll find them down in the description box. 3. Bananas. There's a reason bananas are often the first food athletes reach for after a game. But what many people don't realize is that bananas may be even more essential for older adults, especially those waking up in the middle of the night with painful leg cramps. Let's start with the key nutrient, potassium. Potassium is a mineral that plays a central role in muscle health. Every time a muscle contracts or relaxes, potassium is involved in the signal that tells it what to do. When potassium levels drop too low, those signals get scrambled. Instead of smooth movement, one may get sudden, painful tightness, a cramp. Bananas provide a generous dose of potassium in a form that's easy for the body to absorb. One medium banana has about 375 milligrams of potassium, enough to gently top up your reserves without overwhelming your system. But they're more than just a potassium delivery system. Bananas also contain a small but helpful amount of magnesium and vitamin B6, both of which support nerve health and muscular relaxation. B6, in particular, plays a role in neurotransmitter production, the body's chemical messengers that keep communication flowing between the brain and muscles. Interestingly, vitamin B6 may actually mimic some of the effects of exercise on muscle, helping to prevent muscle loss in seniors and possibly to prevent muscle cramps. But what makes bananas especially useful for older adults is their digestibility and accessibility. No preparation required, no cleanup. Just peel and eat. This makes them a convenient, low-effort solution for anyone who wants to support their muscle function, whether it's part of breakfast or a mid-afternoon snack. That said, there are some things to keep in mind. If you're living with diabetes or trying to manage blood sugar, bananas, especially ripe ones, can cause a quick spike in glucose levels, with medium bananas providing about 18.2 grams of sugar. For context, the NHS recommends that adults keep total daily sugar intake under 30 grams. The American Heart Association suggests that adults should stick to no more than 36 grams for men or 25 grams for women of added sugar per day. If you're managing blood sugar, it's better to pair a banana with a source of healthy fat or protein like a spoonful of peanut butter or a handful of nuts. This helps slow down absorption and prevents sugar crashes. It's also worth noting that potassium levels can sometimes be dangerously elevated in people with chronic kidney disease. If you've been advised to limit potassium, bananas might not be the best choice, or may need to be portioned carefully under a doctor's guidance. While bananas are certainly helpful, they may not work as a standalone remedy for everyone. They're most effective when incorporated into a broader, potassium-rich diet, alongside other supportive nutrients like magnesium and calcium. For most older adults, one medium banana per day is a safe and helpful addition to their diet. The best time to eat it? In the morning with breakfast or as an early afternoon snack, when your body needs a little boost but isn't too close to bedtime. Some even find benefit from eating half a banana about an hour before sleep to support stable electrolyte levels overnight. Simple, affordable, science-backed. The banana may not be flashy, but it's a quiet hero in the fight against nighttime muscle cramps. And we're only just getting started. 2. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are often hailed as one of the healthiest foods on the planet, and for good reason. Not only are they packed with nutrients, but they also offer a powerful combination of potassium and antioxidants that can significantly help in preventing leg cramps, particularly in older adults. While inflammation isn't the most common cause of muscle cramps, it can be a contributing factor in certain cases, especially those involving nerve damage or inflammatory muscle diseases. Sweet potatoes are rich in beta-carotene, an antioxidant that your body converts into vitamin A, which plays a key role in reducing inflammation and supporting overall muscle health. Along with their anti-inflammatory benefits, sweet potatoes are also an excellent source of potassium, the very mineral we've discussed throughout this video. Potassium helps to regulate fluid balance and muscle function, and it can reduce the likelihood of cramps by promoting proper muscle contraction and relaxation. A medium-sized sweet potato, about 130 grams, contains about 632 milligrams of potassium, which makes it an excellent addition to a diet aimed at preventing leg cramps. Beyond these specific benefits, sweet potatoes also provide vitamin C. This vitamin plays a role in the synthesis of collagen, which is essential for maintaining the integrity of connective tissue and supporting the body's natural healing process. Through that, vitamin C can help to keep your tendons and muscles flexible and healthy, which in turn reduces the likelihood of cramps. But what makes sweet potatoes even more remarkable is their low to moderate glycemic index, depending on cooking method, which means they're less likely to cause a rapid spike in blood sugar levels. For seniors, maintaining stable blood sugar is crucial, especially for those with diabetes or insulin resistance. Sweet potatoes provide a steady source of energy without the sugar crash that can sometimes lead to fatigue and muscle cramping. How should you incorporate them into your diet? The great thing about sweet potatoes is their versatility. You can bake, roast, steam, or mash them. To get the most out of their nutrients, avoid deep frying them, as this can diminish the antioxidant content and add unhealthy fats. Instead, try roasting them with a drizzle of olive oil or steaming them for a light, nutritious side dish. For most older adults, 3 to 4 servings per week is ideal. You don't need to eat them every day to reap the benefits, but including them in your regular rotation can help support muscle health and reduce the occurrence of cramps. If you have kidney disease, you should be cautious with your potassium intake. In that case, it's best to consult with your healthcare provider before making sweet potatoes a regular part of your diet. While potassium is essential for muscle function, too much potassium can cause problems for people with impaired kidney function. 1. Nuts. Nuts are often considered a healthy snack, and for older adults who suffer from leg cramps, they offer much more than just a tasty treat. Packed with essential minerals, healthy fats, and antioxidants, nuts, especially almonds, walnuts, and cashews, are powerful allies in the fight against muscle cramps. One of the most important minerals that nuts provide is magnesium and potassium, those crucial nutrients for muscle function. As we mentioned before, magnesium plays an integral role in helping muscles relax after they contract. When muscles can remain contracted, painful cramps follow. Compared to other nuts, almonds, cashew nuts, and pine nuts are among those greatest sources of this essential mineral, With 100 grams, about 3 handfuls, providing nearly 300 milligrams of magnesium, or about 70% of the recommended daily intake. Another important component of nuts is vitamin E, which acts as a powerful antioxidant. Vitamin E helps protect muscles from oxidative stress and damage, which can occur as part of the natural aging process. This oxidative damage can weaken muscles, making them more prone to fatigue and cramping. Vitamin E also helps keep your blood vessels relaxed and smooth, ensuring steady blood flow to your legs so they receive enough oxygen to avoid muscle fatigue and cramps. So, by adding nuts to your diet, you're also giving your leg muscles the tools they need to stay healthy and resilient. So, how can you incorporate nuts into your diet? Nuts are incredibly easy to add to meals, whether they're eaten on their own as a snack or added to dishes for extra crunch and nutrition. A small handful, about 15 to 20 grams, of almonds, walnuts, or chestnuts is enough to provide the necessary nutrients for muscle and nerve support. If you want to focus on specific vitamins, walnuts, almonds, pine nuts, and hazelnuts are great sources of vitamin E. Almonds, cashews, pistachios, walnuts, and peanuts pack plenty of B vitamins. And among all nuts, chestnuts take the crown for vitamin C. They can be sprinkled on top of oatmeal, mixed into yogurt, or added to salads for a nutritional boost. However, it's important to note that nuts are calorie-dense, so portion control is key. If you have any digestive issues, particularly with nuts like almonds, make sure to drink plenty of water to support the fiber doing its job. As for those who may have nut allergies or prefer other plant-based sources, consider turning to seeds like chia, flax, or hemp, which provide similar benefits, including magnesium. These seeds are also incredibly versatile, easily added to smoothies, baked goods, or salads. These little nuts also sneak in some omega-3s, an unexpected secret weapon against leg cramps. Curious? We'll explore further in a future video. Just drop a "more omega-3" in the comments to let us know you want to dive deeper. Conclusion. So there you have it, 5 powerful foods that can help prevent leg cramps and improve muscle health for older adults. As you begin to incorporate these foods into your routine, you might start noticing fewer muscle cramps, better muscle recovery, and an overall improvement in your quality of life. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. We encourage you to give this a try for a week or two. See how you feel. There's no harm in trying, and it could make all the difference to how you sleep at night. The good news is that these foods are easy to find, affordable, and can be incorporated into your meals without a lot of hassle. But remember, consistency is key. 1 banana a day won't eliminate cramps overnight, just as drinking coconut water or eating eggs once won't solve all your muscle issues in a single sitting. It's about making small, consistent changes to your diet and lifestyle that will have a lasting impact over time. And don't forget that staying hydrated, getting regular gentle exercise, and talking to your doctor if you're on medications that could impact muscle health are all essential parts of the equation. If you have any underlying health conditions or are taking medications like diuretics, statins, or blood thinners, always check with your healthcare provider before making significant changes to your diet. If you found this video helpful, share it with your loved ones, whether it's your parents, grandparents, or friends. Together, we can all take proactive steps to reduce muscle cramps and improve our overall health as we age. Fuel right, feel right. If you've been watching, subscribing, or quietly sharing these videos with someone who needs them, thank you, truly. We don't take that for granted. And if you haven't subscribed yet, it's okay. We're still glad you're here. But if you'd like to stay in the loop, just tap the bell. It helps make sure you won't miss something important, like a tip that strengthens your legs, eases your sleep, or helps a parent move without pain.